will change without being forced.
So much of what I feel like needs to happen right now is just they need to stop, really. You know, for some reason I was sort of reminded of this line that a friend told me where I've been staying in the last few months. He said, nature's default mode is healing, and really what we need to do to, you know, end a lot of, you know, the difficult, destructive tendencies that are perpetuated against the natural environment by industrialized nations is just to simply stop and let the natural world recover. And it's not industrialization that's going to create independence. You know, it's basically sowing the seeds for all of our eventual destruction. And that way, you know, development is really just really a hypocrisy. You know, it's a violence with language, that term.
Do you think that can be something that wakes people up, you know, when they see how crazy the weather is
Oh,
becoming?
sure. I think that's the most visible sign, and you see these big motion pictures now that are certainly assuming the course of it, which is a disastrous course, clearly. It's already out there. I mean, it's no secret to anyone, and it's that it won't get worse and worse is you know, there's no basis for that. So I think that's part of it. That's just, and that's the fundamental thing, obviously, the extreme weather, the consequences of all of the global warming phenomena. That's kind of hard to miss.
Don't you think it's a problem that, you know, a lot of people seem to think that the only thing we have to do is to use green technology, I can't remember the word in English, but, you know, sort your, you know, when you throw away your stuff that you
recycling.
Recycling.
Sure.
Things like that.
Yeah, well, that's of course the dominant mode of thinking is that technology, which in such a very, very large measure has created this problem, we need more of it. I mean, that starts to break down, I think, as a solution. It's just because the results don't measure the claims. I mean, it's true in health. It's true in a lot of things. The more technology there is, the worse it's getting. So you could say, yeah, there's a widespread belief. There's a hope that they'll find some magic technological solution, but if you don't have results in that direction, then you don't have much basis for that faith. You know, that faith erodes as it is right now. I mean, it's not working out that way. So that's the reality that teaches people, not ideas. You know, it's what they see, what's actually happening, and that's going to be the learning curve. You know, that's what the decisive thing is, after all.
Al?
What do you want to hear? Fairy tale?
Explain to me what's going on.
That's something you'll have to find out for yourself. You're still afraid?
Yes.
Of what?
I don't know. You're still there? Say something. A chilly sense of emptiness. Do you understand me, Al?
Sure, I understand.
So you think that the best thing to do is to explain to people that green technology is not sustainable?
Exactly. Expose how ludicrous this is. They just want more production. They have they have to begin to question the whole mass production, the whole massification, and the whole technoculture foundations. That's the basis for the crisis, and it's rather easy to point that out. Not that you instantly convince everybody, but it makes sense. It explains the crisis, and it explains its development, and it also explains what you have to do to change it. You know, I think you can make a very lucid case, and it becomes persuasive the more the reality matches up with your version of it, this version of it, let's say, than the one that the system puts out.
What do you think about people who say that we actually are too powerless to make a difference, and that the best thing we can do is to outlive the civilization? You know, just wait for the collapse and go from there.
Yeah, that's the kind of lifeboat idea. We'll just we can't do anything. We'll just hope to weather the storm. Well, I don't like the passive stance in the first place, and it's certainly very questionable. If you just wait for the brighter day, it's not going to be brighter. It's going to be worse. I think that that's just the wrong kind of approach. There's people that give up on facing what's really going on and what would really be required. It's somewhat understandable, but it's not going to work. There's no place to hide. It's coming everywhere, and is there a basis for thinking you can just write it out, or just think about something else until it gets better? I think it's really escapist. It's not responsible.
Yeah.
So it's related to the question of powerlessness, though. If you can't see a way of being part of an active solution, then you're more tending to think, well, and we just have to see if we can survive it. Naturally that follows. But I think we have to show that we do have. We can think about this and confront it and start changing the public dialogue, start exposing all of the, piercing through the denial and showing that we have to get rid of all of these nonsensical approaches, including the left. And that can be done. That can be done. You can go ahead and do that and clear the deck for a real turn, for a real change.